Rah! My name is Spicy and welcome to this episode of IDontWorkHereLady, where I will read these 6 stories. As soon as we get to the 2500 subscribers mark, I will be giving away 4 Amazon gift cards, so to make sure you're part of it, stay around and subscribe. Plus, it will make my day, so it's worth it. And hey, comment down below a fire emoji if this video is fire. Congratulations Michelle for the comment of the day. Brah. I told you she does not work here, grandma. So this happened last year. I was shopping for a dress for a wedding in a Macy's, and it was right around prom, homecoming, and some type of dance season. And rather than have a separate section for the high school dance dresses, they were mixed in with the regular dresses. While I am browsing, I see what looks like a grandmother, either her daughter or daughter-in-law, and 2 granddaughters, one in high school and the other looked about 10. They are looking around and it is clear grandma is not having it. Granddaughters has to keep repeating that if they don't have her size on the rack, then they don't have it. Grandma is also loudly complaining about the lack of salespeople around to help them. Now I am looking at some dresses and I keep hearing behind me. Not directly behind me, but a few feet away. Now I don't look back because I am minding my own business and shopping. Then I hear the following exchange. The younger granddaughter: "This register says it is closed. You should go to that one over there. She needs to stop what she's doing and do her job. I don't think she's an employee. She does not work here, grandma." "Well, she won't be working here much longer," and loudly clears her throat. At this point, I am done looking at that particular dress rack and turn around to walk somewhere else, and that's when I realized crazy grandma was talking about me. But I just keep walking because I do not want to engage with crazy in any way. I position myself by another dress rack where I can see how the situation unfolds, but not to be directly involved with it. I was wearing jeans and a nice jacket. Would have had a purse with me. Not exactly something up to Macy's employees dress code. Grandma is standing behind a counter that was kind of close to me, but clearly has a close sign on it. She instantly went white, like she immediately knew I did not work there. Like she finally understood just because I was close to the register with my back turned, that did not mean I was working there. Younger granddaughter laughs and says, "I told you she does not work here, grandma." And then her mom and older sister start laughing too. Grandma is pissed and embarrassed and tells them all that Macy's sucked and they should go to Boston store, Kohl's, or whatever other department store was in that mall instead. It was kind of nice after all the years I did work retail to have a story about a crazy lady with the "I want to talk to your manager" haircut that did not involve her yelling at me. Well, you got lucky she did not yell at you, she yelled at her granddaughters instead. Oh man, that was a really close one for you. But hey, you got out of there safe, and I hope you got your dress, you got everything you wanted. Let's get to the next story. Why am I folding clothes? Because I'm not a bad person. I can't believe it actually happened to me. To the other customers' credit, the employees do just wear regular clothes, but all have name tags and most wear company logo pins. I, however, work in a professional environment and had come straight from work. I did not look like an employee at all. I was shopping for pants at a well-known clothing store. I tried on a few pairs and most did not fit. I am a weird size. Instead of piling them up in the changing room reject shelf, I put them back, especially since I was going back to get more sizes anyhow. So I am folding pants and putting them back in the piles when I hear behind me, "Hey, can you look for another size in the back for me?" I do not think it is directed to me, so I keep doing my thing. The woman snaps her fingers behind my head. "Hey, I need your help." I don't work here. Ask someone who does." "Then why are you folding clothes?" I tried them on and they didn't fit. I'm not a lazy person, so I put them back. It is called courtesy. Have a nice day. I went back to putting pants away. She seemed pretty miffed, but stopped bothering me. People are just bizarre. Well, come on, if you're folding clothes, you're an employee. What regular person in the world does that? I personally never return the clothes that I try on and do not want. For my defense, it's not because I don't want to, I just don't know how to fold them properly. So instead, I just gave them to my girlfriend and she does it for me. Thank you, lovely. I neither work nor live in this country, and what you're asking me is illegal where I am from. February 2016. I get off a train in Munich, stepping foot in Germany for the first time. It is cold and I am bundled in a huge North Face coat, sweater, scarf, gloves, and Hug boots. Nothing but my face was exposed. I just turned 40 the month before, but I have always looked very young. I am traveling alone as my boyfriend at the time is in the military on orders and cannot leave Austria where we have been the last 3 weeks. Seeing the BMW factory has been at the top of my bucket list for years, and I was finally able to realize my dream. Munich is amazing. A man approaches me as I stand outside, finding my bearings and waiting for Google Maps to load so I can figure out where my hotel is. He begins speaking to me in a language I do not know. I shake my head and tell him I cannot understand. He cannot understand me either. He switches to French, and I do not know French. I suggest English. He shakes his head. He keeps touching my shoulder. I try to put some distance between us. I turn my attention back to my phone, hoping he will find a new person to talk to. He fiddles with his phone and suddenly turns around and excitedly says to me, 50, 50, 200. I don't know what that means. I shake my head and decided to screw, knowing where I am going. I can get a cab to get me there. He follows me to the cab and tell him forcibly no. He looks dejected but does allow me to get in the cab. The lovely cab driver watches the exchange and makes sure we are a distance away before asking me where to go. At the hotel, I call my boyfriend and tell him about the exchange. He tells me not to worry but to stay aware of my surroundings. 2 minutes after we get off the phone, he calls back laughing hysterically. I found out what the 50-50 meant. He tells me between the fits of laughter, he thought you were a sex worker. 50% oral, 50% intercourse. I avoided talking to lone man the rest of the trip. Wait, what? 50-50? Is that an actual thing? So you approach a sex worker and you're like, 50-50? And what do? Do they have like a timer or an alarm set for 30 minutes and they just switch? Or is it maybe because it's cheaper? Maybe 100% intercourse is more expensive than only 50%. At least that would be my hypothesis. But since we're talking numbers, 75% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, and that probably means you are not subscribed to my channel. If you are, thank you, I really appreciate it. And if you're not, well, that's fine as well. You can keep watching my videos, I won't shame you. I'm just saying, if you want to help me a little bit, you can subscribe to the channel and that will help me a lot. I will definitely appreciate your effort and your support, so thank you. And now let's get to the next story. A young couple with an infant shopping together. They must work here. I am in an Australian department store browsing the women's clothing section with my partner and 3-month-old daughter in a pram. Partner is pushing the pram. I am pushing a trolley full of the stuff we're planning on purchasing. We are chatting amongst ourselves, making goo-goo faces at our daughter, etc. We are, at least to my eyes, a very obvious family unit. I am getting a little warm though. We just bought a new coat from a second department store that a man handed out to our car. I want to take my jumper off, but under it I am wearing my uniform for the supermarket I work at. I jokingly say to my partner, I bet if I take my jumper off, someone will ask me for help. She laughs, but insists nobody will confuse the green of my uniform with the blue of the stores, so I take the jumper off. As I've got one arm out, exposing the green, a lady who was observing me and my partner the entire time perks up and says, "Excuse me, could you?" Nope, I could not. Sorry, I don't work here. She looks at me a moment, confused. I give her a smile and nod and continue to browse while giving the "I told you so" look as strongly as I could to my partner. What gives a customer the right to put their hands on you? I work at Liquorland, red uniform, and we have a Kohl's in the same center, gray or black uniform. After a really long shift of agitated alcoholics and entitled girls, I was so ready to just go home and get to bed. Before I could do that, I had to go and grab some chicken necks, mints, and treats for my little chihuahua. I have only been approached maybe 3 times by customers asking for help, but they were all very understanding and quick to leave once I'm pointing out that I don't work there. After 3 times, I felt the need to prepare. Black jacket on, hood over my head, and obviously headphone strings hanging from my ears. I was minding my own business, trying to pick out which treats to buy my baby, when I felt someone poke my shoulder. To be honest, I thought it would have been someone I'd recognize, because I thought I'd done a great job covering my uniform that is not anything like Kohl's except for the shoes and slacks. I turn around and it is this 40-something with a "Can I speak to the manager" haircut. Typical Susan. I personally know a Karen and she is lovely. Yeah, just wait a little bit, she will turn. "Help me find the salt." "Sorry, I don't work here." "Don't be lazy. Help me." I pull out and point logo from the jacket. "So you work for Kohl's anyways. Help me." Like I said, I don't work here. I work at the Liquorland on the other side of the center. Please let me do my shopping in peace. So I put my headphones in and started to walk off since there was nothing I could say to make this lady listen to the words I said. This woman pulls my headphones out of my ears and starts to scream at me how rude I am. Mind you, I just spent 8 hours dealing with a lot of people like her, except I had to help them because I did work there. I was not getting paid to walk around Kohl's and look for salt. I just wanted to go home and feed my baby. I whip my head around and say, "Get away, you crazy lady. I am from Australia. This word is a part of mostly everyone's daily vocabulary." I turn around and she had the audacity to grab me by my shoulder and try to drag me. I am anorexic, so I am tiny for my height, hence why she thought it would be easy to drag me. But I know how to get out of her grip if needed. So I did, and stormed off while in complete shock at how people think they can just treat other people like this. There were a lot of words being yelled, but I just turned my headphones up while looking for the right uniform. To my luck, the store manager comes around the corner. I suppose he heard all the commotion. I pull my headphones out and just say, "Please help me get away from this lady." She storms up to us and proceeded to scream and spit into the manager's face about how I should be fired. "She does not work here. Leave your trolley and get out of my store. You physically assaulted one of my customers and we have it on camera." Have you guys ever seen the cartoon Roadrunners? This was this girl after a few seconds of complete horror on her face of not getting her own way. Thank you to the security guard who offered to walk me to my car. Looks like I will have to bring a spare change of clothes if I want to go shopping after work. And Susan, if you are reading this, I hope every time you zip your jacket, your neck skin gets cut. Oh wow, that's mean. You went way too far. Wishing this on someone is worse than wishing them death, I swear. This subreddit got me paranoid. As I do now and again, I spent the last few days binging the top posts of this subreddit because it is hysterical. Unfortunately, that made me a bit paranoid at the store the other day when I was shopping with my wife. I am getting some groceries and like a well-timed fart in a quiet classroom, I startled by the "excuse me" next to me. It was a short older lady and I thought, "Ah, here we go," and expected her to shed her dying husk and become the eldritch horror Karen. Instead, "Can I use your height for the 2 boxes of pasta there? Thank you." Sure, I laughed to myself, help her out and chat for a second before a second short older lady comes by, and now I am in full-blown panic, thinking they will merge like Voltron and I would have to fend them off in the pasta aisle. Instead, oh, I know that feeling. I have to ask for higher things all the time. Same go for my wife. I'm a foot taller than her. So there you have it. This subreddit has warped my perception of nice old ladies asking for help at the store. Thanks. Hey, did you like this I Don't Work Here Lady video? As you can see here, you will see the best for viewer video, which is YouTube that recommends video to you. I'm not sure which one it is, but I made it, so probably be good. And you will also see my playlist full of I Don't Work Here Lady videos. I put a lot of effort into these, so if you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Please, I'm a mess. Thanks.